Good evening, good evening. Always a beautiful pleasure, peace, love, enlightenment. We definitely gonna get into some tea, spiritual, emotional, mental, verbal, physical tea. Let's see what the spirit family has to say when it comes to spiritual clarity, getting healed, letting go, releasing what's on the mind, what doesn't serve your highest purpose, declutter, be more at peace, harmony, balance, grow within self as far as identity, core identity, authentic self, being able to express yourself lovingly, humble, calm, peaceful, without feeding into negativity, strength, confidence, absolutely, creativity, definitely self-love, self-care. But I hope everyone is doing wonderfully well. Always a beautiful, beautiful spiritual day, breath of life, fresh day, clean slate, new beginnings, staying in the present moment, the here and now, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically focused, calm, aware, alert, awakened. And when we think about definitely enlightenment, sun, yellow, think about the solar plexus chakra, having self-esteem, confidence, strength. Always speak about enlightenment, being honest, truth, and it's always being true to self first. And that's how you're able to stay true to others, despite when they say when others are not being true to you. You walk with forgiveness. You learn the lesson. You apply what needs to be applied to your life. And you be a better doer. Cock blocking. And it's down by, has to do with sexual. Also the heart. Now, when we speak about the spirit first, because it always starts with in the spirit before anything occurs physically. Someone is spiritually causing blockages. And in the physical, this has to do with more than one person. Like what you all say as far as third parties interfering. Someone is trying to use their body as a weapon to try to lock someone down. So they're trying to use their body as a weapon, and that's a lust entity in the physical. And that's why this person is always looking at sex as a weapon, thinking that, again, they can use that to try to reel someone in and keep them in. Spiritually, someone, and that's why we say this occurs in the spirit first. Someone in the spirit is trying to do a love spell to try to keep someone. Maybe this individual don't want to be kept. And that's exactly why this one is behind the scenes, trying to do things to cause blockages, interference, when it comes to someone maybe wanting to move on. Also, whatever they're attempting to do or has attempted to do, it will not work. So if they're, again, in the spiritual trying to do spells to keep someone stuck where they're codependent, trying to attach energy harvest deplete in the spirit. And then there's physical codependency, attachments. This is more than one person. So this is third parties. This could be someone that there's competition. And someone is, this person will do whatever it takes to try to keep someone tied to them. This is a force. So this is not through free will. This is by force. It's not natural. So beware of that when it comes to people trying to force you to stay with them. And definitely someone is using sex as a weapon. And that's because in the spirit they have a lust entity when it comes to their spirit. And that's why physically they think by offering sex in whatever type of way they present it, they think that would keep someone tied to them, attached to them, being with them. And that's a nasty ether cord. It's like a demonic web that this person is trying to get this individual locked into, especially in the spirit, to tie them down. Entrapment, the spirit family says someone is using their body as a way of entrapping someone, trying to trap someone. Inner light. Someone is seeking clarity, and they're definitely not seeking outside of self when it comes to truth. Like we said earlier, enlightenment. They're searching, but they're seeking within self when it comes to identity, understanding of some situations that they have been going through in the physical. And they are being conscious, cautious, aware, alert. They have some things that are being made clarified for them. And this could be someone also that is working on trusting their intuition. Yep. Somebody's starting to notice when it comes to how they're being treated, the slickness, the manipulation that someone has been trying to do to them. Somebody is also paying attention when it comes to this individual flirty ways. That's again that lust entity. They're starting to see that every time they be around this person or talk to this person, all they talk about is sex first or something to that degree. And again, that's because of the lust entity when it comes to that spirit that's in that body, that's having that individual to always think about or even fantasize, spirit family says. That's lust. And this person is growing deeper in it. But someone is like, someone is being shown or starting to see in the physical how this person really is. And when people use their sex, absolutely. They body, sex as a weapon. You can best believe them within themselves, they are unhealed. Someone is also looking at, like we said, third party, that they're not the only person that this person has been dealing with. So what they're trying to do is use their body as a weapon, and because of this more than one party, when it comes to when people be in these connections, they be thinking it just be them two, but come to find out, it's always, as they say, a sneaky link. Somebody in the background that's dealing with this person too. And here comes the comparing and competing, the competition. And people don't play fair. I just heard they playing dirty. They don't play fair. They refuse to be the option, they said. So that's why the spirit family says be mindful, because in the spirit, this individual could be trying to find ways to do these type of spells, that is, when it comes to evil spirits that think that way. And instead of this person accepting that someone don't want to be tied down, meaning they don't want to be serious in a connection, they want to stay like with options, this person is not in agreement. So behind the scenes, they're trying to do something to keep somebody that, again, the spirit family says don't want to be kept. Especially not in a one-on-one relationship. They want to have more than one partner, as they call it. More than one option. Somebody don't want to get serious, settle down. They still want to, as they say, run the streets. Somebody also, when it comes to these somebody's unpredictable, so you never know what to expect. They say one thing and be doing something else. Very slick. This person really refused to, it's like this person don't want to let go, and on top of it, they're trying to do some crazy things to try to keep somebody. And again, that's the work of a lust entity. This says evidence, receipts, guilty as charged, numbing, self-meditating, drinking away problems. So basically somebody also within this connection, or somebody trying to entrap someone to keep somebody that don't want to be kept, like in those serious, it's just me and you type of relationship. And the individual that is not pleased with whoever they dealing with, that don't want to be serious and settled with them, they want to have options, see other people. You know, it's like they want this person to understand and accept them for who they are, but this person is trying to change someone to be who they want them to be, so they can keep them, trap them in a connection. Now, the individual that's choosing to not want to be in nothing serious, it's like they trying to take it slow because they know that they don't want. At least they're being honest. The thing is, people have a hard time of accepting, and then they be trying to force their way onto someone, and that's what this person is trying to do. But they're using sex as the way of trying to keep this person. The individual that they've been sleeping with has been seeing kind of, it's like, you know, kind of getting getting shown things, receiving insight, downloads, signs, different type of signs, where they can tell that this person is trying to manipulate them by always trying to seduce them. Also, this individual is trying to act like they're not hurt by the fact that this individual don't want to be in nothing serious just with them. And they masking their true feelings of their hurtness and how bad they're hurting by trying to suppress their feelings. And again, it could be through alcohol or whatever recreational, as y'all call it, drug that y'all do. But they're trying to keep themselves distracted because they really don't want to accept the fact that it is what it is. This person has other options. They like to flirt. They like to, like they say, play ball. Play out there in the field. Play out there in the streets. See what else out there, as they say. Someone that has not matured, to each his own. But at least they're being honest. But when it comes to someone settled, a more mature individual wouldn't be dealing with 2-3 individuals at one time. But again, to each his own. But this is someone that has been enlightening one of their partners about how they feel about not trying to settle, and they're not ready to just settle down right now. And again, the other one that they're telling it, as they say, telling the news to, breaking their heart to, because that person feel brokenhearted. But in the same aspect, they're angry and vengeful. So instead of them, they're not playing fair. Instead of them accepting and having and you know, it's not going to be equal give and take. So it's like this person don't care. They'll settle as long as they can have this person. But the problem is, of course, they are very much jealous of the fact that this person is dealing with other people. And they're trying to suppress. So when this individual do come around, or if they do talk to them, they not showing that they're hurt. So that's a facade. They're masking, suppressing, numbing. And when it comes to this individual, that means their spirit is a shapeshift. It knows how to mask and transform itself to be whatever it needs to be at that time in that moment. So physically, this person is trying to act like they take in the news well, but really it's tearing them up inside. Excuse me. They done had some type of conversation as well when it comes to exposing, revealing. They say bringing the skeletons on out the closet. And of course, when they say they got receipts, they're claiming they have proof that they feel like they've been, basically they feel like they're the other woman instead of the main woman, because this individual, somewhere or another, it has came out that somebody's been seen with someone else. This person that's brokenhearted, vengeful, they keep having this conversation, or it's something that occurred that they're not letting go, and they're allowing it to like manipulate their mind and cause them to have cloudy judgment. It's also hurting when I see this orange. That talks about the sacral chakra, and that speaks about love. Fell on receipts. Maybe someone has evidence that somebody's been sleeping around and showing love elsewhere, giving their love elsewhere. And someone is very like determined to prove what they're saying when it comes to catching this other person up. Someone has some very unhealthy attachments. And this person right here is like obsessed. That's not good, healthy. Especially when the more they keep allowing certain thoughts, negative thoughts that is, circumstances, situations, and people, and in that matter for what has happened here, play over and over on their mind, they're becoming obsessed when it comes to busting this person out, exposing them. They say they dirty little secrets. This person more mad at themselves too, because they don't like the fact that the individual that that is saying that they want to keep their options open, this person is saying that this individual wasn't saying that at first, that they was feeding them illusions. And that's mind manipulation when it comes to love. And that's why this person is upset too, because they feel like they've been played, misled, tricked, lied to when it comes to new beginnings, love, being in a sync, being in like this, like one-on-one is just me and you connection. So this person feel the other individual lied to them when they were speaking about what they want when it comes to a relationship. What also might have came to the light is someone being pregnant when it comes to this person that likes to sleep around and have third parties, even down to one night stands. That's why this individual likes to really want to keep their options open and be single, because they still want to be for the streets, as we say. They like dealing with night crawlers. And if they're especially sleeping unprotected, they could have got somebody pregnant and been trying to keep it a secret when it comes to this black hat over the person's face, trying to keep it a secret and not have that being exposed. Also, this individual, they said this is somebody that went back to someone. Oh, they said they never let them go. They always had an off and on dealing. And they end up sleeping with him, of course. And this person might be expecting. Because again, what they think is love is lust. Folks be lusting and want to call it love and then be lying and misleading and bringing other people into, like they say, your plate already full. You already got baggage. You already got things that you ain't cleared up. You still already got other attachments. This person feel like they were strong alone. That's why they're upset. They feel like this person kept them in illusions with the lies they were saying about what type of relationship they were going to have. But I will say to the individual that got their heart broken, drinking ain't going to solve the problem. Drinking ain't going to eliminate the pain. Of course, it only suppresses it for that while. It's temporary. But to truly heal, go back to inner light. Go back to being within self. Step away from any and everything that's hindering you from spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically healing. Spirit family said this person said they will eventually, but they're not like gonna stop today, which understandable, especially when you've been dealing or going through things for a while. It's not easy to just drop. You can baby step though. Long as you take the, as they say, that leap of faith in that direction. Someone has a lot of healing they needs to do. And it's not going to automatically, immediately go away. But you will heal as long as you take the initiative in a different direction and not be in vengeance. Because we understand somebody played you, you got lied to, betrayed, backstabbed, misled, strung along. Everything you feeling understandable. It's like not saying it like that, but learn. Because been there, done that. Just learn from it. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically grow. Strength, courage, bravery, confidence when it comes to healthy boundaries. And like they say, maturity comes with that. Wisdom comes with that. And you'll know when it comes to future. When you know better, you do better. Thank you, Almighty Creator. But someone definitely, the individual that feel like they got strung along, it's like physically feeling like they wasted their time with that person as well. They feel like it was never equal give and take. But somebody also know what they need to do when it comes to doing the work and letting go, releasing, and moving on, persevering. They also say they don't want to hear like from that person again that betrayed them and broke their heart. They don't want to deal with them. They don't want to look at them. It's like they are disgusted with that person. When it comes to the information, the 411, this person definitely then got some 411. What's sad is that nothing against the person that received some insight, meaning awareness, clarity about this situation. They still it's like they're not ready to let go. So that means if you choosing to still try to self-sabotage yourself, it's like trick yourself, talk yourself into trying to find reasons why you should keep dealing with this individual that got you and a couple of other partners. You don't mind being in connection that got multiple people. This individual know what's going on, but they're struggling when it comes to letting go. They're not having no sleepless nights, but when it comes to last straw, and with this being upside down, that means that they still willing to tolerate. They're not to their breaking point. They not to the fed up stage yet. They not to the point where I done had enough is enough. No, this individual still choosing to be in this connection with it falling on road. But you can best believe, like the spirit family also said, if you keep trying to make excuses to stay in a toxic connection that you know is unhealthy, you're causing your own self-sabotage. You're causing your own delays, blockages, trials, tribulations. hardships, all for the sake of what? To be codependent on flesh, which flesh, when it comes to the Holy Spirit and what He's shown and teaches those that live according to the spiritual guidance first, shows you that the flesh leads you astray. The flesh has a lot of spirits held in captivity, trapped, not able to persevere. That's why a lot of folks have a hard time with letting go of toxic people, places, and things, circumstances, and situations. And then you make excuses. It's like you, again, brainwash yourself to find some type of reason to stay on this fool's journey. Plot twist. And this is a monkey. Don't be a clown. Do not be a clown. Spirit family will bring something to shake up. I guess y'all call it tower moments. To shake up this situation. And it will happen suddenly when it comes to change. And you don't want to be a part of the circus. You don't want to be a part of this person's judgment. If you know that this individual is not ready to settle down, they got flirtatious ways, they like to flirt with other people. You know, they say it's harmless, but it bothers you. And then instead of you accepting them for who they are, you're behind the scenes trying to find some way to lock them down by using your body as a weapon, which is not going to work. Because, as they say, a player going to always be a player until they're ready to change. You can't change them. You can't force them. You can't make them. If this person's not ready to settle down and be just with you, and it's a possibility that they may have a child and they was keeping it a secret, and you're still choosing to accept all of that, but the spirit family says you're lowering your self-worth, your self-esteem, and that's keeping you hidden within a illusion from being able to see your real self-identity. And then to intentionally ignore the signs, ignore the patterns that you know been occurring. You choose to try to think you can change or alter to your satisfaction. And it's not going to go that way. Spirit family says you're keeping yourself on a fool's journey. You're making yourself look like a fool. And you're acting and being a part of and entertaining a circus when it comes to these third parties and options that this person has other than you. All right, that was beautiful, Spirit family. We're going to definitely close this video with a wonderful, sacred, angelic number to help spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically heal, let go, cleanse, declutter, be more at ease when it comes to your sanctuary, your mental, your heart, and your physical, having healthy boundaries and not holding any grudges. You walk with forgiveness for self and for others that helps you to persevere. It's for your sake, not theirs. Especially when it comes to the Almighty Creator, the Holy Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit watching you and seeing how you're going to react to the different trials, tribulations, challenges, obstacles, things that are going to occur here. It's by nature of design. 222, abundant blessings. And it fell on top of last straw. Guarantee you ask the spirit family to beautifully step in and assist. divine intervene on your behalf. Have the wonderful, sacred guardian angels to come in and help you. You automatically get protected and start going through a beautiful spiritual cleansing, transformation process. And that's when you're building real abundance, a real legacy. But you got to do the work. And doing the work requires persistence, consistency, not when you feel like it, not when you're in the mood, but it's all the time when it comes to this new journey that awaits. It's up to you through law of free will if you accept when it comes to the calling. Abundance is flowing toward you. Keep your thoughts positive and watch your dreams manifest. And then that's again when you go through a transformation. Because when you're choosing to keep tolerating someone's toxicity and keeping yourself attached, you're keeping your own soul and spirit hindered, trapped, not able to elevate and prosper and expand and liberate. 222 talks about duality, relationship, partnership, fellowship. And the spirit family is saying that there's no abundance within that connection, especially being on the food's journey. What you thought was it's like what you wanted when it comes to a relationship, expectations was not met here. So the spirit family is trying to help you to understand what a real spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical connection is all about when it comes to duality. And it definitely doesn't start with the flesh. That's a curse. And that keeps people very caught up in illusions. And they're not thinking correctly. They definitely have cloudy judgment. They make poor decisions, not righteous ones. But you all stay safe, stay alert, stay aware. Peace, love, and enlightenment, beautiful people. Take care the next time.